Hey guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456, and today I have my 4 elemental ray gun Mark II upgrade tutorial. This is how to get all 4 elements. These are super powerful guns that can actually also be pack-a-punched after you finish building them, so they're super good. And I'm gonna have every single one timestamped down below in the description, but stay around for the first 2 steps of the Easter egg because every single one of them has to go through the first 2 steps that I'm about to show you before you can actually switch to which element you want to do. So that being said, let's get started with step 1. So the first thing you need to do in every single game is go turn on the power switch and then repair the ventilator generator system and then fix each of the 4 ventilators in 4 of the different houses that are broken. And then once you go to the next round, Rushmore will turn on and he'll start talking to you. And once Rushmore starts talking to you, you know that you're good to go on to the first step of this Easter egg. So once Rushmore has started talking to you, one of the 4 TVs I'm about to show you will turn on. That's the one that was turned on in my game. It's kind of a glowy, staticky, and you'll be able to hear it. It's very obvious that that TV has turned on, but it might not be that one for you. It may be this one right here, right behind Yellow House. It could also be the one in APD control right here. It will just basically have the TV on, staticky, glowy, etc. And the last spawn point is down here underneath Diner. Now, one of these will turn on in your game, and whichever one turns on in your game, you need to go up to it and hold square, and you'll actually see the Mark II being talked about, and it'll be up on screen, and it basically turns that TV into a soul box. So obviously the one I had first was in the spawn. I filled it up with about 6 to 10 souls. It kind of varies from each one, but once you have filled it up with enough souls, it will say number acquired, and you need to write that number down in the order it gives it to you, because each one of these TVs will turn on one at a time. It'll be completely random for your game, and it'll give you a random number each game, but you need to write it down as you go. So as you can see, the first one was right there. Then I move over to the second one. I fill it up with souls, get all the souls, and then it's completed. Third one, same exact thing, fill it up with souls after holding square on it, and then the fourth one is right there. Now, once you have your entire code, your all 4-digit number, you need to head back over to Rushmore, and if the keypad isn't already on, just go ahead and hold square to activate Rushmore. The keypad will immediately turn on, and then you need to immediately put that code into the code pad, and that will actually unlock the Raygun Mark II frames on the wall behind you. That is the first of the 2 steps you have to do for every single Raygun. Let's show you the second one right now before we get started on the actual upgrades. Next, we need to collect 3 different parts that have 3 different spawn points each. The first part will spawn in this yellow house, the first part being on the table, the second spawn point being on this pillow, and the third spawn point being right here on this table with the lamp on it. The next part is in the storage area. The first spawn point is right there on those barrels. The second spawn point is right here on top of this little cans type drawer table type thing. And then the third one is right there on top of the barrels. That's for the second part. And then the third part has a possibility of spawning right on that secretary's desk in the APD control. The second one is right there on that chair, or the third possible spawn point is over here on the left on this little shelf. So pick that up, you're good to go. And then you're going to take all 3 parts up to the upstairs area of the operations and build it right here. And now we're ready to actually get into whichever ray gun you want to build. So let's get started with the first one. Now for the lightning ray gun, you need to get kilowatt on your gun. This will not work unless you have kilowatt, but head down to the generator area and you're going to see some yellow smoke coming out of one of the cabinets. It could be the cabinet that I showed you there, or it could be one of the other ones in that generator area. They're all pretty easy to find. But after you do that, you need to head back out once you have that fuse and look at the tops of all of the different telephone poles around the map. There's a bunch of them. Some of them are behind the house, so you do kind of have to look around them. You have to go in the backyards of some of the houses just to make sure. But you'll see a little yellow blinking light at the top, and all you need to do is just, once again, with kilowatt, you have to keep kilowatt this entire time. You just need to shoot the tops of them, and it'll actually activate them, and they'll start being full yellow. Now, once you do all of them, it'll actually start shocking this generator, and that will allow you to input your little cube type energy collector type thing right there, and that'll spawn a circle on the ground. Now, basically, you cannot leave this soul box. You have to stand inside the circle and kill zombies, and it'll start collecting souls. And then once it has collected enough, again, it's only about 10 souls or so, it will actually start getting charged up, and you can pick that up. Now, since we've already built everything that you need, all you need to do at this point is make sure you have a fresh Raygun frame in your inventory, and then head over and grab that buildable. Now, the lightning ray gun is pretty darn good. It has infinite ammo, which is probably the best part. It's mostly just good for stunning the zombies. It stops killing around 30 or so, but that's okay. If you just have unlimited ammo, it doesn't really matter. So there's the lightning. Let's get on to the next one. So for the next one, you do need firebomb on your gun. As you can see, I have firebomb on my gun, and then you start checking in the lounge to see if there is a red smoking cabinet. And if there's not a red smoking cabinet in the lounge, you need to head upstairs and go into the yellow house kitchen and check the yellow house kitchen to see if there's any red smoking cabinets or anything like that. And if there's not, head over to the greenhouse kitchen and see if there's one in there. Obviously, I had my red smoking one in my greenhouse, so you shoot it with firebomb on your gun, and you will actually be able to grab the uncharged ammo canister. So once you have have this thing, one of the 2 fireplaces in the map will start smoking with this purple smoke. It'll be very, very obvious. And whichever fireplace it happens on, it doesn't matter at all. You just need to basically practice throwing grenades and get a grenade to land inside of the fireplace so that the fireplace actually gets lit. And if you do it correctly, the purple smoke will go away from the chimney and the fire will actually go to the fireplace. You hold square to put in your little canister and it will spawn in the little area. So if you're good at this, it's the easiest one. If you're bad at this like I was, it'll probably be one of the ones that takes a little bit of time. So just basically keep at it, try it. It works with any type of grenade, regular grenades, monkey bombs, wraith fires, whatever you have will work. You just have to get that grenade to land in the chimney. Practice makes perfect, and make sure you just save your max ammos and stuff like that so you can use your grenades first. Anyway, once you have the charged canister, head over to the house, go upstairs in the house, and make sure you have a fresh Raygun Mark II frame in your inventory. You can't already have a Raygun Mark II in your inventory for this to work, but whenever you do that, you will actually get this nice little shotgun ray gun. It's pretty darn good. It's not the best one in my opinion, but it's up there with the best killing power. It's the second best one to actually kill zombies if you're interested in actually killing the zombies and not just keeping safe and everything like that. So it's pretty darn good. It's a purple ray gun. I mean, what else could you ask for? And that is that one completed. Let's get on to the next one. So the next one up, you need to have Cryofreeze on your gun, and you need to find a blue filing cabinet that has this blue smoke on it. Now, this is probably the one with the most spawn points, but just run around in the spawn area. If you can't find it up there, look underground. You can always check right next to Rushmore because that's the most common one that happens most of the time. But it does have multiple spawn points, but just look around, find that, and then once you have the blue canister, head down to the actual generator area. You have to be in the generator area, and these different kind of already frozen zombies will spawn, and if you shoot them, they'll completely freeze over for a few seconds, and then you can actually go up and knife them, and they are going to drop this kind of ectoplasm on the ground. So you can see it right there. It's blue. You just hold square to actually pick it up, and you need to do this to 3 different zombies, and then Rushmore will basically say, keep that stuff cold and take it over to the APD control. So you insert it right there on the wall into that little canister, and then again, it's just a normal soul box. You need to make sure you stay safe here because this is not a very good area to be. It's very, very risky, but go ahead, pick up that canister, and then you need to make your way back over to the actual buildable table. Again, make sure you just grab a fresh Mark II ray gun frame, because if you already have one in your inventory, it's not going to let you craft it. But go ahead and grab that and then get the worst ray gun in the game. Unless they buff this thing in a later patch, which I think they should, this is absolutely terrible. It's actually better unupgraded because you can actually hit the zombies with it. The hip fire is really, really big, and if you upgrade it, you get dual wield, which is actually trash because the area that you miss basically every single bullet, and you never can even kill the zombies right in front of you. So this one's absolute trash. I don't recommend it, but let's get on to the next one, which is the best one in my opinion. So for the last one, you will need brain rot on your gun. Take a look and try to find the green smoking pile. The first spawn point can be right there. You'll see the piles no matter what, but it won't have the green smoking smoke if you don't actually have that spawn point. And then the third one is over here at the yellow house backyard. So once you actually have this, go ahead and turn a zombie right next to it, and the zombie will actually unearth the little canister right there. But instead of actually picking it up, it will turn into this yellow orb. So with brain rot, once again, you need to shoot that orb, and it will head over to a telepad where it will sit there. Now, don't shoot it again just yet. If you do, it's not too big of a deal, but it just makes it a lot easier if you don't. The helipad will basically need to be built underneath it. So go ahead and build the telepads and place one right underneath that orb. And whenever you do that, you will shoot it, and it will go underneath into that little telepad and spawn somewhere else on the map. So you can hear it from pretty far away. It's pretty easy to do, but go ahead and place the other telepad underneath it, so you're basically linking the 2 different points because this orb goes in between the 2 points. So shoot it, go back through the telepad, and if you have them both on the correct locations, the orb you'll see it as you're teleporting, and then it will kind of fly away for a few seconds and then go away. So again, you're just kind of chasing the orb back and forth between 2 different points, and you need to teleport between them at the same time as the orb is teleporting. So once you do that, it will go down to storage every single time. If done correctly, it'll go to storage. That's not changing. That's not a different spawn point. It'll go to storage every single time, so you just need to fill it up with souls. Once again, if you leave the area for more than a few seconds, it's going to kind of disintegrate, and you have to start over again. But pick up that charged ammo canister, head upstairs, make sure, once again, you do have an empty Mark II frame in your inventory, and you're going to go upstairs and build that bad boy. And this one right here is by far the best Easter egg in the game. This is the best ray gun, in my opinion, by far. And I haven't tested it up to like round 70 or anything like that, but up to round 40 this thing was like one-shotting zombies and keeping you safe. The only issue is the ammo, but if you run Bandolier Bandit, this thing is absolutely incredible and literally can't be beat. So that is it for the Raygun tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and once again, if this did help you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you subscribe for more gameplay videos. I only do tutorials every once in a while, but I definitely wanted to make one for this map since it was brand new, really cool, and you guys seem to want one. So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see y'all in the next one, and bye-bye.